Jessie Nolan loved her job as a flight attendant. Meeting new people and exploring new places had always been the highlights of her work. The thrill of flying never faded for her, and she relished the small moments of connection with passengers. But nothing could have prepared her for what she would encounter on this flight. As the boarding process wrapped up, Jessie began her usual rounds, ensuring that everyone was comfortable and had everything they needed. She was seasoned, having dealt with countless situations over the years. But the little boy in seat 14B caught her attention almost immediately. He couldn't have been more than 6 years old, with tousled brown hair and an infectious smile that lit up his face. His bright, mischievous eyes hinted at a restless energy. "Hi there," Jessie said, crouching down to his level. "What's your name?" "Sam," he replied proudly, puffing out his chest. "Well, Sam, are you ready for the adventure?" Jessie asked with a warm smile. He grinned back and nodded enthusiastically, though it was clear he was struggling to sit still. Jessie glanced at Sam's father, seated beside him, engrossed in his laptop. The man barely looked up, muttering a quick, "Yeah, thanks," when Jessie asked if he needed anything. Sam, on the other hand, was brimming with energy. He began making funny faces and exaggerated hand gestures, much to the amusement of a few nearby passengers. Jessie chuckled but quickly reminded herself to keep things under control. "Sam, let's keep it quiet, okay? People are trying to rest," she said gently. Sam nodded but was back to his antics moments later, making chirping noises and flapping his arms like a bird. Jessie couldn't help but smile at his uncontainable spirit, though she knew this could become a problem if it continued throughout the flight. She handed him a napkin and a pen from her bag. "Here, why don't you draw something for me?" Sam eagerly accepted and began doodling. For a while, it seemed to work. Jessie resumed her duties, occasionally glancing back at him. But soon enough, he was up on his knees, peering over the seat to entertain the passengers behind him. Laughter turned to murmurs of irritation as Sam's antics persisted. By the time the plane began taxiing, Sam's energy had reached a new peak. He was bouncing in his seat, refusing to buckle his seatbelt. Jessie approached, her patience wearing thin. "Sam, it's really important that you sit down and fasten your seatbelt," she said firmly. "Can you do that for me?" He hesitated, then shook his head. "I don't want to." Jessie sighed, glancing at his father, who finally looked up, startled by the commotion. "Sir, could you help get your son settled?" she asked. The man frowned and turned to Sam. "Buddy, sit down and listen to the nice lady," he said, though his tone lacked conviction. Sam whined in protest but reluctantly complied. Just as Jessie turned to leave, something caught her eye. Sam's hands were red and he was scratching them vigorously. Alarm bells rang in her mind. She knelt down again, her demeanor softening. "Sam, can I see your hands?" The boy hesitated, then held them out. Jessie's concern deepened as she noticed the redness spreading, accompanied by tiny bumps and scratch marks. "Sir, I think your son might be having a reaction to something," she said, showing the boy's hands to his father. The man's face paled as he finally focused on Sam. "Sam, does it hurt?" he asked. "It's itchy," Sam replied, his voice small and uncertain. Jessie's worry grew. The redness wasn't just on his hands, it was spreading up his arms and even to his neck. She stood and called over a fellow flight attendant. "Can you grab the first aid kit and let the captain know we might need medical assistance?" she instructed. The flight attendant nodded and hurried off. Jessie stayed with Sam, trying to keep him calm. "You're doing great, Sam. We're going to help you feel better, okay?" When the first aid kit arrived, Jessie carefully cleaned Sam's hands with antiseptic wipes and applied soothing cream. It helped momentarily, but the redness and itching persisted. She turned back to his father. "Has Sam been exposed to anything unusual recently? Any new foods or materials?" The man shook his head, clearly distressed. "He was fine this morning. I don't understand what's happening." The captain's voice came over the intercom announcing a delay due to a medical situation. Passengers murmured in concern as Jesse explained the need for caution. After a quick discussion with the crew, it was decided that the plane would return to the gate to ensure Sam received medical attention. As the plane came to a stop, paramedics were already waiting. Jesse helped escort Sam and his father off the aircraft, her heart heavy with worry. Sam clung to her hand, his playful demeanor replaced by fear. "Am I going to be okay?" he asked, his voice trembling. Jesse knelt down and looked him in the eye. "You're going to be just fine, Sam. These doctors are here to help you." The medical team worked swiftly, examining Sam while his father answered questions. Jesse stayed nearby, offering reassurance to both of them. The paramedics suspected an allergic reaction but needed further tests to confirm. "It could be something he touched or ate earlier," one of them explained. "We'll run some tests to be sure." Jesse felt a wave of relief knowing Sam was in good hands, but a part of her still worried. What if she hadn't noticed the signs? What if they had taken off without addressing the issue? Back on the plane, Jesse updated the passengers, emphasizing that the situation was under control. "The boy is being treated for a suspected allergic reaction," she explained. "Thank you for your patience as we prioritize safety." The murmurs of concern quieted, replaced by understanding nods. Jessie resumed her duties, though her thoughts lingered on Sam. She hoped the little boy would recover quickly. After what felt like an eternity, the captain's voice crackled over the intercom once more. "Ladies and gentlemen, we've received an update. The boy is being treated and is stable. It appears to have been an allergic reaction, and there's no cause for further concern." A collective sigh of relief swept through the cabin. Jessie felt the tension in her shoulders ease as passengers began expressing their gratitude for the crew's swift action. As the plane prepared for takeoff again, Jessie took a moment to reflect. Every flight brought its own challenges, but this one had reminded her of the importance of vigilance and compassion. She couldn't help but smile, thinking of Sam's mischievous grin and his boundless energy. She hoped their paths would cross again someday under calmer circumstances. With a deep breath, Jessie returned to her work, her resolve stronger than ever. It wasn't just about serving drinks or ensuring seatbelts were fastened. It was about being there for people, even when the unexpected happened,